We are going to do a quick review of Sefer Devarim and the Mivneh of Sefer Devarim. In Perek Aleph, Pesukim Aleph ad He, it's the introduction, the Hakdama to Moshe's first speech. If you remember, Sefer Devarim comes from the word diber, to talk. It's a collection of Moshe's speeches. Perek Aleph, Pasuk Vav, and Perek Dalet, Pasuk Mem, is Moshe's first speech. Ne'um Harishon Shel Moshe. Perek Dalet, Pesukim Mem Aleph, and Mem Gimel is talking about cities of refuge. Ir Miklat. Perek Dalet, Pesukim Mem Dalet, until Perek He, Pasuk Aleph, is the introduction to Moshe's second speech. Hakdama leNeum Hasheni Shel Moshe. Perek He, Pasuk Aleph, until Perek Vav, Pasuk Tet, is Moshe's second speech. Ne'um Hasheni Shel Moshe. Perakim Hav Zayin until Lamed Bet is the Biri renewal ceremony. Perakim Lamed Gimel and Lamed Dalet is when Moshe dies. The end of Sefer Devarim is what we're going to be focusing on from now until the end of the year. Perek Hav Zayin is the Biri renewal ceremony. Perek Hav Chet is going to be talking about Berachot, the Kilalot. Perek Hav Tet is going to be talking about the Onesh, the punishment. Perek Lamed, Teshuvah. Perek Lamed Aleph, transition of power to Yehoshua. Perek Lamed Bet, Shirat Ha'azinu. Perek Lamed Gimel, Moshe's final testimony. And Perek Lamed Daled, Moshe dies. What I want you to do now is to look up Bereshit, Perek Lamed Aleph, Pesukim Mem Gimel, and Nun Daled, and describe the ceremony performed by Yaakov upon making a treaty with Lavan. Now read Shemot Perek Hav Dalet, Pesukim Gimel and Yud Aleph, and describe the ceremony performed right after Ma'amad Har Sinai. In Devarim Perek Hav Zayin, the Biri renewal ceremony starts as they set up large stones and write the Torah on them. They build an altar, offer sacrifices, and eat. And they read the blessings and curses, the Berachot and the Kilalot. Sefer Devarim is written as a contract between Hashem and Bnei Israel. It contains all of the elements that would be expected in such a contract. This goes hand in hand with the formal covenant ceremony Bnei Israel is to perform upon entering Eretz Yisrael. This chapter describes an elaborate ceremony which Bnei Israel must perform upon crossing the Yarden. The purpose of the ceremony is for Bnei Israel to reaffirm their commitment to the Berit and promise to do their part by fulfilling the mitzvot. The details of the ceremony are familiar from similar ceremonies in the Torah, as well as in the ancient Near East. We see that Moshe commands Bnei Israel to perform covenant affirmation rituals upon their entering Israel. These rituals were used throughout the ancient Near East whenever two people or two nations wanted to make a deal with each other. This understanding leads us to another amazing discovery that helps us understand the structure and meaning of Sefer Devarim. Archaeologists in recent decades have dug up copies of treaty contracts in the Middle East dating from biblical times. These are contracts between one king, a suzerain, and his colonies, his vassals, demanding that the vassals be loyal to the king. After analyzing many such documents, scholars noticed that they all share certain basic elements, which are identification of a treaty maker, historical introduction, stipulations or demands, deposit of treaty, list of witnesses, curses, and blessings. If we look carefully at the Aseret HaDibrot, we see that they too contain the first four elements of the treaty structure. The Ten Commandments, the Aseret HaDibrot, look like a widespread covenant contract, only with a significant change. This is the first time we know of when such a covenant was used between a nation and Hashem. The Torah uses a formula that Bnei Israel would immediately recognize as a covenant document in order to emphasize that just as a vassal can only be loyal to one king, so too Bnei Israel is to be loyal to the only one God. We also have ceremonies today that are similar to what Bnei Israel did. After an important business deal or after a wedding ceremony, we are also accustomed to have the parties involved share a festal meal. Both of these agreements also involve writing stipulations, having witnesses, and sometimes reading the contract out loud, like reciting the Ketubah.